The YouTuber Slew has created a community art contest where you can come up with your own character and make a story to go along with it. And so that is like right in my wheelhouse, two things that I really love to do. So he says in order to be eligible to win the competition, you have to have like an actual physical piece of art that you've used real materials with and nothing digital. So I have this wood panel here and thought this would be a perfect opportunity to create a character on that. So I always like to sketch digitally first before I put something down on the panel. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sketch something on my iPad, and then when I come up with something that I really like, I'm gonna print it out and then transfer it onto the wood panel with my transfer paper and then get to the fun part of painting. So let's roll on to the digital sketching process. So once I'm finished up with the sketch, I'm gonna go ahead and transfer this down onto my wood panel. And then once I'm done with the painting, that's when I'm gonna come up with the story. So let's get to it. Meet Ping, the Panda King. He is the protector of the last remaining pandas on Earth. But how did he get to be the Panda King? Leia, a Chinese-American woman, yearned to study the land of her ancestors. Her grandmother and her grandmother's stories inspired her. She entered into college as a history major in hopes to learn more about China and the Chinese culture, but began to fall in love with her science classes, particularly biology. So, she switched majors. It was there in one of her classes where she met her darling husband, Ethan McDonald, an Irish classmate. Because of their mutual concern for the preservation of nature and the animals in it, their admiration for one another grew, and that admiration turned to love. After years of research and exploration, they started a conservation foundation. They specialized in the endangered species of China, in particular, the panda, who were on the brink of extinction. Within the same year they started their foundation, they also started to grow their family. In the year 2099, the McDonald family left their home in Los Angeles, California, with their two young children, to travel to Southwest China. Ling, a 6-year-old, bright-eyed, inquisitive, and caring young boy, was the oldest of the two children. On one dreadful afternoon, tragedy struck. The McDonald family was headed to the last remaining panda reserve in the Minshin Mountains of Southwest China when a nasty storm set in. Lightning struck their helicopter and fried the controls, sending the family and the helicopter crew plummeting to their doom. Unfortunately, there was only one survivor, Ling. Ling took shelter nearby the crash and waited in hopes of rescue. But when rescue never came and hunger and thirst set in, he made up his mind to venture away from the crash and set out to find food, water, and a more suitable shelter. The brave young boy was also determined to see the pandas his family set out to study, so he put aside his fears and headed towards the bamboo forests. He found the pandas and slowly began to familiarize himself with them. They didn't seem to mind his presence and allowed him to live amongst them. He loved the pandas and ended up becoming a part of a panda family closely resembling his own. A mother and father and 2 brothers. However, one day a tragic accident struck the youngest panda cub and the family of 5 became 4. The oldest panda cub and Ling's bond grew. They each shared the loss of a brother and found refuge and companionship in each other. Now some time had passed, and Ping was now 12 years old, enjoying life with his new panda family. However, his home seemed to be shrinking, for his panda family were running low on bamboo. There was less and less bamboo each year. Now Ping was a smart young man and recalled some of his parents' teachings. And he soon began to recognize that their home was shrinking because their bamboo was being illegally cut down and collected. He didn't understand why this was happening, but he began to discover just how important his parents' work truly was. So, he began to stock these bamboo harvesters and devised a clever plan to stop them. And stop them he did. After rooting out the bamboo harvesters, there seemed to be one group left, straggling behind. They hid in the mountains waiting for the authorities to leave. But Ping, being an excellent tracker, found them, and what he overheard shocked them. Since they were no longer allowed to take the bamboo, they were going to take one final prize. They wanted to hunt down the pandas and sell them, dead or alive. Ping tried to hide his family and warn the authorities, but while he was gone, the hunters found his family, and his brave panda brother was shot by one of the hunters while trying to protect the family. When Ping got back with the authorities, the men were taken away, but Ping and the rest of his family had to bear yet another loss. Now, determined more than ever, Ping sought out to protect the remaining pandas. He wove himself a hooded garment made out of his late brother's fur in honor of him and all the fallen pandas, and he became protector of the pandas. And that is just what he did. He prevented further bamboo removal in the protected zones and brought awareness to the human population. Ping found out that the authorities were permitting the illegal harvesting of the bamboo and only stepped in once Ping made it a public matter. Now, although given the chance to re-enter society, Ping wanted to continue to live among the pandas. So in exchange for his silence, the authorities agreed to let Ping live out in the wild. And so he did so as the Panda King. All right, so I'm actually really happy with how this turned out. I like the story. I think this is a cute little character with his little panda hood on, and I actually think that I might hang this up somewhere in my house just because I like it so much. So hopefully he likes it and he sees this and 1000 sees it, and yeah, I was really excited. This was a really fun project. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and until next time, be kind, stay positive, and keep creating.